Yes, there he goes. Yeah, I forgot about that one. All right, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen meeting for April 10th, 2025. As always, we will start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance in the corner there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of March 27th, 2025?
Lauren Raven, so moved.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Raven, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Thank you. And is there a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of March 27th, 2025?
Lauren Raven, so moved.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Raven, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thank you. On to the first selectmen's updates, pretty quick today. Again, congratulations to the town and to Parks and Rec and DPW for a successful ribbon cutting yesterday at the Old Greenwich Civic Center, the Cohen Eastern Greenwich Civic Center. It's been a long time coming. As I mentioned yesterday, that's been talked about for decades and decades and decades, but we got it done, and it was just a total team effort. And to Joe Siciliano and the staff and the Parks Board and the committee, thank you for a job well done. It's going to serve future generations very well and serve as an attraction for people considering moving to Greenwich. So enjoy the new Civic Center, and Joe said hopefully it'll be around for another 50 years. I hope it lasts longer than 50, but it was a great day. On the 22nd, the America 250 Connecticut committee will be meeting again. Lots of fun things planned for next year. You'll be reading more about that in the papers. That same night, that same day, the Community Service Awards at GHS at 5 o'clock. I also have a meeting later that night with the Army Corps of Engineers and Representative Himes about the Byram River project. So we'll be hopefully having some updates there on the bridge issues, as well as seeing if there's any ground being made on naming the bridge there for the victims of the Gulliver's Fire. We're working with multiple entities on that. It's in consideration now, so we're pushing that. And on the 23rd is the Old Greenwich School groundbreaking. On the 23rd also, that at night at 7 o'clock is a Holocaust remembrance ceremony over at Temple Shalom. And then quick updates. We're going to be going back to Historic District Commission for the Bush statue. It's moved slightly a few feet. It's where the commission seemed to like it, and it's still another great spot. So we hope to be, I think we may have missed the deadline for April, so either way, if it's either April or May, we'll be on the agenda there. And then the Havemeyer building effort passed, I think, 3 out of the 4 committees the other night. Most overwhelmingly, disappointingly, Town Services voted it down in a very close vote, but the rest of them were like 11-0-1 and 10-2 and 11-1. So hopefully this was another step forward for the Havemeyer building effort to reclaim the building, and we're looking at some other options there. And then I attended the Hamel Task Force meeting last night. It was a good meeting, and I want to thank our chairman, Matt Deschamps, who's doing a terrific job with that, moving it forward. And as I mentioned yesterday, with these projects should not take decades to get done. The building's falling apart. We need Havemeyer or Hamel. The longer we wait on these things, the more expensive it gets. So I hope yesterday is a shining example and reminder that ask questions, ask tough questions, vet these things thoroughly, but get them done. All right, I'll turn it over to Lauren.
Thanks. Get her done. I love that expression. Who chairs just remind me, who chairs the Town Services Committee on the RTM?
Thank you.
Thank you. So thanks, Fred. I missed the ribbon cutting at the Cohen Eastern Greenwich Civic Center. I drove by, though. It's on the way to my other job. So I'm glad it was a great event. couple of things I've done lately that I was really excited to participate along with Janet and Fred. We did the Women in Government this past Sunday for the Girl Scouts, toured Town Hall, and they met with a lot of different women leaders, town clerk, town tax collector, BET representatives, RTM representatives, planning and zoning representatives. So it was really nice. I think the girls got a lot of value out of it. I was also invited, Chief Hebe knows, PAC 35 in Glenville at the American Legion building to speak to young boys of all different ages. And interestingly enough, some of the things that they're most concerned about are people speeding and the traffic. They talked about putting up speed bumps, and we talked about speed tables. Also talked about the red light cameras that are going to go up in certain locations. So some of the adult parents that are there with their young sons, there was mixed reaction to the red light cameras, which we've had that to date. And they pressed me for wanting to know where they were, and I said I don't know, but we will know, but I won't know. Or don't know. And then finally, just want to wish everybody who is celebrating Passover, starting on the 12th, Saturday, a happy Passover.
Yes, thank you, and great job to both you and Janet for Sundays. I was just an observer there, so good job. Morning, Janet.
Good morning, so thank you. So we're going to be hearing from Chief Hebe, but they're not red light cameras, they're speeding cameras, right, that we're talking about? Right, okay. Well, I join Lauren and Fred in commending the Girl Scouts and the League of Women Voters for Sunday's program. It was fantastic. I'm just going to remind everyone that we were talking up Town Hall and the fact that this is its 100th anniversary. So we're looking forward to a celebration sometime this year. And before our next Board of Selectmen meeting on the 24th at 9 o'clock, there's going to be an Armenian flag raising. I just want to remind everyone about that. This Sunday, I am looking forward to a walk with Pathways, Stomp the Stigma. And Fred has already talked about the Old Greenwich School ribbon cutting. But I have a quick update from the OGS Building Committee, which is that it's on track to start construction in late May or early June. The project has been taken out to bid, and we expect to receive bids by the end of April. The building committee is in the process of getting sign-offs from the town departments on building permits, which we believe should be completed within the next 30 days. We expect to consider the GMP for the project in early May and are planning to start work once that is approved. The building committee is committed to ensuring strong and consistent communication with the community until the project is complete. And as Fred already mentioned, the project will have a groundbreaking ceremony on April 23rd at 9 o'clock. The rain date is April 24th. We hope that that doesn't happen because that would overlap with the Armenian flag raising and our meeting. So everybody do a good weather dance for April 23rd. That will mark the completion of 30 months of detailed pre-construction planning and the start of an anticipated 32 months of construction. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Lots going on. Okay, going on to old business, we have the request for the temporary lane closure for the test pits at Grigg and Bruce Park Avenue. It's second read. It's or maybe third read. Bob and Andrew here from Eversource, and the floor is yours. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Bob Handel. Good morning, Bob Handler for Eversource Project Manager for this job going. And the only development we had since the last meeting is we submitted the permits for the test pits. But for today, I'd like to introduce you to Chris Morris, who's taking Andrew's place from Penna. He'll be the representative for Penna on the project as it goes through. And also, we went to our outreach representative, Matt, who you met last meeting, and he's going to share his experience with you of the customers he met with and how we developed the hybrid work shift that you were looking for the last time.
Thank you so much.
With that, Matt.
Yes,
Hey, Matt.
so.
Good morning, Matt.
Matt, if you
How
could
you
just
doing?
identify yourself for the record, please. Yeah, Matt Wright with Watkins Strategies. So I went out the following Monday, right after our last meeting on March 31st, and was able to notify all the businesses and residents on the stretch that we're going to be installing the duct bank on between Grigg Street and then, the cross between Bruce Park and Railroad Avenue. I distributed 119 door hangers with the letters. Every single business, I had a specific conversation with each of them. I got no pushback. Everyone was very friendly and understanding. I gave them as much detail as I could. And all those letters had my name and number in there. I got one call since then on March 31st. Yeah, the new schedule that is in this letter that everyone got and had no issues with was 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday to Friday, which I think takes both the residential and business customers into account with the flow of how that schedule will work, 3-day, then 2-night. Or sorry, 3-night, then 2-day. So I thought it went very well. And yeah, 119 letters in total were distributed to all the customers there.
Matt, thank you so much. Yeah, I've only heard from one person who had, this was maybe 5-6 days ago, hadn't heard anything yet, but he's aware of this, and I think this is being well received. It shows that there's compromise there, and you're, as Bob said, spreading the misery a little bit. But thank you so much for being able to adapt and to compromise on this. So we'll revisit it in a few weeks. Each as a project goes along, each few weeks, and see how it's going, if it has to be adjusted. But I think this is a nice, healthy compromise.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
So as soon as the permit's approved, we'll be starting, and we'll be back in 2 weeks to update you on where we stand in.
Sure,
what's
so
going on.
you'd need a vote here today just to go forward, and then, again, we'll revisit.
Oh, right, yes.
We'll revisit it if we
Yes,
have to.
continue,
Yes,
yes.
perfect, okay.
I told everyone we'd be starting either, at the time, I thought we'd be starting either tomorrow or Monday, so that's what's been communicated to everyone.
Sure,
So
gotcha.
obviously,
Gotcha.
better to start a little later rather than earlier than what we told them.
Absolutely, okay. So, thank you.
All right, so Lauren Raven, I motion that we approve the request for the temporary lane closure for test pits at Grigg Street and Bruce Park Avenue.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes?
Lauren Raven, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thank you.
All good?
Appreciate
See you
it,
in 2
thanks.
weeks.
See you in 2 weeks, thanks so much.
Sure thing.
Appreciate your efforts. Okay, next up is a request for an amendment to Traffic Ordinance Schedule 14-10.1, parking permit, cost and term. And we have a still limping Deputy Chief Bonnie.
Unfortunately,
He's
yes.
healing.
And watch the cord.
Good morning. How are you?
It looks like you're ready for St. Patrick's Day again with the green.
Listen, I try to spread myself amongst all the colors of the rainbow. So this is second read on our request to just institute that rule that is basically the same as they do down at the transfer station with permits. It says that, you have 30 days from the date of the mailing to report that you didn't receive your permit. These permits are valuable in the fact that I'm sure people would like have more than one permit. They can put them on different cars, but we try to restrict it to one permit per household, per payment. And so we just wanted to set this rule in effect so that there's no question. If it doesn't show up, they got 30 days to tell us it didn't show up, in which case we would charge them, it's $10 to get a new one. And if they take more than 30 days, like 3 or 4 months, and call us up and say, oh, by the way, I never got my permit, then they're gonna pay the full price again. And it's very similar. It's exactly what they do down at the transfer station for there, so.
Oh, thank you. No, I haven't heard anything.
No.
Me
Okay,
neither.
so we're good to vote on it.
Okay.
Thanks, Chief.
Lauren Raven, I motion that we approve the request for amendment to Traffic Ordinance Schedule 14-10.1, the permit parking cost term.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes?
Lauren Raven, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thank you. And then last under old business is the request to raise the Filipino flag on June 13th, 2025 for the Connecticut Association of Filipino and American Families. And B
is not here. I'm going to pinch hit for her on this. She's coordinating with me on all the details on this, but we have received no criticism or comments since we brought it up 2 weeks ago.
and they have a flag ready.
They have a flag. They're
and
going
they'll
to
take
work
care of
with
it.
me on it. So they have the meeting room reserved. They're going to have a little breakfast. They're going to obviously not be preparing any food here, but they're going to be bringing it here, and they have the room reserved, so we're good to go.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, thank you, Ken. All righty.
Lauren Raven, I motion that we approve the request to raise the Filipino flag on June 13th, 2025 for the Connecticut Association of Filipino and American Families.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second, and I just noticed on the agenda that these are,
Yeah, that's
they were listed as first reads, but they're actually second
Their
reads.
second reads is the second meeting for both of them. That's my little typo there. So.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Raven, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, a proofreader.
In real time, unfortunately.
We have one item under new business, is a public hearing on the Town of Greenwich's automated traffic enforcement safety device plan for 10 school zones. We have Police Chief James Heavey here. Good morning, Chief.
And sorry I called them red light. Oh, well.
Well, again, it's one of the things that, the communication thing, and the reason that I don't have call-in on my radio show is that speeding, traffic complaints would fill up the 30 minutes of complaints, so we are trying to address that, and our traffic unit does quite a bit, but again, it's one of the many responsibilities we have. Just to say, leaf blowers are going to start soon, and we had 400 of those calls last year, so, but the state of Connecticut passed a Public Act 22-136 that allowed for the use of and I get it right, it's the municipal automatic traffic enforcement safety devices plan. So the company that we had was that got our RFP was True Blue, and Andre Greco's here to answer any questions you have, along with Sergeant J.D. Smith, in case you have any questions. But just a little example. So far this month in April, we've had a 51% increase in our traffic enforcement due to a couple of grants we had, and in the same period, we had a reduction of accidents by 43%. Last month, we had a 104% increase in traffic enforcement and an 18% reduction in accidents. So that's what we're talking about. It's not to generate finances. It's not to do anything other than create a safety environment around schools. So True, Blue Line did a survey, put out boxes to do traffic studies at appropriate times, and we determined that the particular 10 schools that we'd like to assign the traffic enforcement automated boxes to are the ones that have the highest number of speeders. So this public hearing is really the last. We've already put our application into the state, and they asked us to do this as even though we've already spoken to you twice, but this would be the last formality for us to identify what we need to do, and hopefully our permit would be issued within 60 days. Looking at the schedule, that would mean that the cameras could be installed in time for the start of the school year. As mentioned, the first 30 days would be warnings, and then after that, we would do traffic enforcement. And all of the statistics, like I mentioned just earlier about our regular traffic enforcement, this would probably cause a 60 to 70% reduction in speeders around schools. So we really think it's going to be effective. And then just a last caveat on red light cameras. That's, again, it would require state approval, and there's a certain criteria. As I stand here today, and JD, Sergeant Smith could correct me, there's only 1 or 2 lights in Greenwich that would actually qualify because of the number of accidents. A lot of people see the cameras on the traffic lights that are used to control volume, so we don't use those for traffic enforcement. But we do use other things, and we have a number of efforts with the grants and our regular traffic enforcement to reduce those. So that's the request, is that if you guys could approve the town's moving forward, that the state will probably, again, issue the permit within the next 60 days, and we'll have these installed, ready to go in September. And we're also going to have a lot of media, public relations, and get the word out. I'm sure once the signs go up that are on either end of the speed enforcement cameras, that people will slow down even before we turn the cameras on, so which will be a good thing. One of the other questions is if there's a speed limit that changes in a school zone, it will enforce what the current speed, like, so, as you see, if you go to past a school, the speed limit changes during the school hours. So, again, it's automated, it'll take care of that, so. Subject to your questions, that's our request.
Well, thanks, Chief. Yeah, even though it's his new business and we normally do a second read, I don't see a reason for a second read on this one because we have to do this. We're going to do this. So, I mean, if we let it go for 2 weeks and we heard people complain, it's not like we're going to reverse it. So it's something that we don't want to hold this up, so.
We've had no any kind of public reply. And again, we did, it was in
Yeah.
all the media outlets. There was no opposition to it whatsoever.
And you've mentioned this before, excuse me, so I guess I don't think it's something that we have to go over again.
I don't have a problem
Well,
with
that was my question, is what do we need to do to satisfy the public hearing? So that it could be contained, no, I'm saying it could be contained within this meeting itself. It doesn't
Correct.
have to extend past this meeting.
We just have to
No.
send a copy of the minutes
Yeah.
of this meeting to say that the Board of Selectmen, as the local traffic authority, have approved this plan, and that would fulfill the requirement on the state application, because they reviewed our application. We had a preliminary
Okay.
review, and that was the only thing that was outstanding.
Okay.
I would just make clear if you're closing the public hearing, then you can vote.
Yeah, so we have to make a motion to close the public hearing, then vote, or vote, and then close the public?
Close the public hearing first.
Okay, okay. All right, thanks, Chief.
Thanks.
Okay, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
Lauren Rabin, so moved.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and then is there a motion to approve this as a traffic authority?
So Lauren Rabin, I motion that we approve the plan for the town of Greenwich's automated traffic enforcement safety device plan for 10 school zones.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thanks. So you just need the minutes. Okay, thanks.
Go Ken.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, do we have any appointments?
No,
Nominations? No.
not today.
Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Lauren Rabin, so moved.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ken. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys at 12.
That was our most efficient meeting.
Yes, I walked into the other meeting on stage. You did?
I know, Ken, thanks for sending the text that it was in the cone room.
Because Jen walked in on the BET meeting. We'll be back in the regular room next time.
I thought it was the first time I saw it on, so I was assuming you guys were gonna do the second read. Yeah, good job. What's wrong with you? Thank you. I don't think there's a negative outcome. No. He makes those decisions.
Yeah, this was Thanks, Pat. See you. Be well. See you at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, 12 o'clock, we only have